Hello, 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 VC Brandon back with another video. Today I just want to run through and show you guys some of the new albums. I'm going to do a separate video for used records and stuff that I find on digs. I got a little bit of a pile going, but I'm going to wait until that gets a little bigger and I'll do a separate video for that. So these are all records that I either bought new from the store or have ordered, and they showed up here in the last month or so. And 2 or 3 of them I haven't had a great chance to really dig into and listen through the whole way, but I've got some notes jotted down, so I don't think I'm going to do needle drops this time either. I don't know what would be able to pass or what would get nipped in the butt for copyright, so I'm just going to go through, show them, kind of do the best I can to describe them to you and tell you where you can check them out or buy them if you're into that. So what we got playing in the background is Las Rosas. The album is Shadow by Your Side. These are kind of a garage indie band, maybe Strokes meet the Stones, kind of. Something like that, I would think. And it's out on Greenways Records, which is a great label. I buy a lot of the stuff they put out. I really like. It's in my wheelhouse and kind of right down my alley. They just announced actually something I'm pretty stoked about. They landed the deal and they're putting out the new Frankie and the Witch Fingers album, which is coming out in a month or 2, I think, but I'm excited for that one. I got their last one, Sidewalk. I really liked it, and this one's a double album, and it kind of sounds like they're going a little different direction and trying some stuff out, so I'm excited to see how that turns out. I'm excited to hear it. But let's get started here. Is there anything else I wanted to talk about? No. Let's get started. First one up, it's Toy, Happy in the Hollow. This is on, what is this, Tough Love Records. This one I pre-ordered, got in the mail. It's a numbered, where are we at? There, numbered out of 300. This, I would describe it maybe as the Smashing Pumpkins meets The Cure. If they had kind of a little monster baby of mashup and 80s emo-ish synth kind of, I'd say very monotone kind of 80s deeper voice singing, but very monotone and kind of down tempo. It turned out not really being my, not my favorite. The last 4 tracks on the album I really enjoyed, and like they started to incorporate, it was less of that synth-driven song work and started getting some guitar and a little more upbeat tempos and some more interesting melodies going on. But if you like 80s music, if you like The Cure, I haven't really listened to much like the Smiths or Echo and the Bunnymen or anything, but maybe something along those lines, kind of. Not my cup of tea, but not a bad album, just not really my taste. Next one I got was a recommendation, actually. Not a recommendation, but I saw Grandma's Handbag was playing this in the back of one of his videos, so from what I heard, I really enjoyed it. So I hunted myself down a copy, and this showed up last week, I think. Now this is Surf City, and this is a garage surf band out of New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand. It is on, what do we got for a label here? Fire Records. I don't think I have anything else from Fire Records, but if this is what they do and kind of what they put out, I'm into it. I'm gonna have to check out some more of their stuff. It's on good old classic black. I think it's actually rarer to find a black album these days than it is to find a colored. Weird variants of albums. Black is almost the minority of what's getting pressed for vinyl nowadays. And these guys are pretty high energy, maybe, I don't know, kind of like a 90s indie rock vibe mixed with that Australian surfy sound with garage tones, and it's poppy, punky surf music. It's really good though. I like it. It's catchy. I've listened to it multiple times already, so it's definitely a keeper for me. I enjoy it a lot. That's Surf City. On the name, I don't think I said. Jekyll Island is the name of the album. Next up here, this is another one I grabbed because I saw it in a video on the VC, and that was Vinyl in the Van. Jay, he was playing this in one of his videos and talking about Orb, the band, and this is their band or album Naturality, and this is out on Castle Face Records, but I believe some of their records are also out on Flightless, King Gizzard band, because I think they kind of run in the same groups. They're from same areas of Australia. This is prog psych. It's more proggy than it is psyche. They really get some heavy riffs going on. There's heavy fuzz, weird time signatures, key changes. What else I got kind of here? Sound, the Dirt Bombs mashed with Ty Segall, maybe, kind of that sound, that tone, but much proggier. They really, they kind of get into sort of like a Yes vein, Emerson, Lake and Palmer vein as far as the musicality and the methodology they're using on some of the stuff, but it's heavier, it's fuzzier, and it's more tripped out in kind of a psychedelic fashion. But that's really good. They have a new one out that I want to grab. I haven't listened to it at all yet, but if it's anything like this, it's definitely going to be a gem, a keeper. So that was Orb, Naturality. Next up is a twofer. Now these I ended up grabbing. There was I think I got these at Black Friday, New West Records, which is the same label that All Them Witches is on. And that's what I was originally looking for, but then I saw they had this band, The Devil Makes Three. They had these two albums on sale. I think these were brand new. $5 a piece they had them on sale for. $5 or $6, I think, is all I ended up paying for these things. And Devil Makes Three, they're a kind of like a jug band, bluegrass kind of feel. The two-step, that chugging, dump, 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 that kind of thing. But they're very conscious of their melodies, and the refrains are, majority of them are very sing-along. They'll get caught in your head. There are a couple that I could have picked from them that are real earworm songs that would have worked well for that question in the vinyl take. But just if you like country, if you like bluegrass, if you're into the Dead, and it's just kind of that happy hippie kind of bluegrass thing. Trampled by Turtles, you know, they're a festival band. They're what you would kind of expect to hear at like a music festival if you went out to some of these more underground, tripped out kind of roots festivals. They're that kind of bluegrass. It's like jam band bluegrass, roots, Americana. Really good, really catchy. Their first 2 or 3 albums, I would love to have them on vinyl. I gotta hunt them down, see if I can get them for a good price. But those 3 are really good. These 2, this one's probably my favorite. This, you can tell they're starting to, it's not bad by any means, but it's more produced, definitely more produced and engineered than their earlier stuff is, which is more raw and it's just that's kind of the charm of them too, is how just raw and roots that their stuff was. That's what really drew me in. So those are two. I don't know if they're the newest, but they're two of their newer albums. So I recommend checking out The Devil Makes Three. Start with their early stuff, and if you like that, kind of go on from there, because that's what I think is their best. The next one I got is a Bandcamp score, and this is, I don't know how to say this for sure, Onsegen Ensemble, Onsegen Ensemble, and the album is Awalai. I don't know if I can get this to focus here or not. But as I mentioned earlier, this is one I bought it right from the band, and I asked them if they would mind signing it, and they did for me, which is really cool. So this is they're out of Finland, so you know I'm probably never gonna get a chance to actually go and see them live anywhere. So it's really cool that they signed it for me and sent it out. And this is great. This is really good. This is instrumental. I don't know if I would call it post-rock, but it's very Floyd-esque, just searing guitar tones, great grooves, drony bass lines with Latin and funk flavors to them. It is a trip from start to finish, and I love it. I think this is a great album. I mean, there's no words on it. Made very few. It's very sparse, but there's no, just like your common lyrics, verse, chorus, or anything like that. It's instrumental, and it's driven by the music. But it is, and it's not light and mellow like a lot of post rock is. This stuff, I mean, it has its ebb and flow, but this is really just great. If you just took Pink Floyd and solos throughout all the songs, solos and riffs and just kind of melodies, you know, without any vocals, that's what this reminds me of a lot. Just fantastic tones, fantastic songs. Oh, I love it. That's one of my favorites from this year so far. Next is another one from Greenway Records. This is a new one from Jane Church. I think this is their debut, their first full-length album. I have a couple 7-inches from them. But this is, it's high energy. It's very bright, bouncy, kind of garage. It's got that 60s throwback feel to it. I think this is still available if you go on Greenway's website, and you can check all this stuff out on the Bandcamps for the label or the band even. But it's good. It's nothing that blew me away, but it's catchy, it's happy, it's bouncy, it's some feel-good music. I like it. I enjoyed it. And this, I think this was limited to, I don't know. I don't think this is numbered or anything, but I know it was limited to 80, maybe 80 records or something like that in that color. Next is, this one was kind of a blind buy, kind of a random one. I'd never heard anything from them, but I heard the one song they put out to promote the album, and I liked it, so I gave it a shot. And the band is Jaybird, and the name of the album is Ruk'u, Yaya. But these guys are a 3-piece, just indie. They're a young group of kids. I think they did a lot of this themselves as far as recording and mixing and putting it out and promoting the album and kind of making this whole thing happen. It's very homey. You can tell it's an indie project, but it sounds good. You know, the kids they write good songs. They can get a tune that you know, hooks you in, and you'll be bouncing your head. It's Americana, folky kind of stuff, more in that vein than any kind of like rock or anything like that. It's definitely acoustic, feel good, singer-songwriter, folky Americana feel. But for, you know, for being a small time group of kids and just, you know, making what they want and making it happen, this is a good album. And if, you know, if they keep it up and they get some more stuff under their sleeves and put out some more albums, I think they'll have some really cool stuff in the future. Really cool. And this was Baby Carrot Records. Now, I don't know if there's any more of these available. What was this? This is limited to 30. I think there was a black one that was limited to 50 or something. So, I mean, like I said, that's why I think it's just a small time, just a little local band making some moves and making shit happen and getting an album of theirs out there. So check them out. Go to Baby Carrots or YouTube. They have Dilly Dally off of this album is on YouTube. I know, you can check that out. We've got three left here. Now this next one, this is kind of, it's not, I guess, not out of my wheelhouse. It's just not something that I buy a lot of. It's a hip hop album. And this is Malibu Ken, which is the project of the hip hop rapper Aesop Rock. Not ASAP Rocky, Aesop, like Aesop's Fables. Aesop Rock and Tobacco, who is the mastermind, if you will, of Black Moth Super Rainbow. Psychedelic, neo-psychedelic band, really good. Very synth-heavy vocoder, but good stuff. I recommend checking out both these guys' solo projects. Aesop Rock he's a very metaphorical, he thinks, he's deep. He's very deep. His lyrics tell a story using words and spinning stuff in a way that not many hip-hop people do nowadays. And he doesn't do, it's not that triplet rap like trap music where it's it's kind of that rapid spitfire. He's got a great flow. It's smooth. You know, it's very smart. He's a very conscious rapper. I really recommend checking him out. So this is kind of the mashup of the two, best of both worlds. You get Aesop rapping with Tobacco's production and beats and music behind him. It's a very, very interesting team up and combo. If you like Black Moth or you like Aesop Rock, this is something you definitely need to listen to. A track I would recommend off of this is Acid King, and that kind of tells the tale of, what's his name? I can't remember the guy's, Keezy, maybe something, but some murder that happened out in California, I believe, that got blown up into, supposedly it was sadistic and witchcraft, and I can't remember. I think the guy's name was Keezy, something Keezy maybe, but listen to that track. I know that's a single that they got pumped off of this thing. You can check it out on YouTube. It's a cool song. Creepy bassist, but a cool song. Next. Now, these are the two that I was talking about. I didn't really have a great chance to listen through these things front to back. This one is Movion, Blank. And I got these from Drone Rock Records. So, I mean, that name alone kind of tells you what you're going to expect from them. This is instrumental post-rock, very synth-heavy, synth-driven. It's good. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to listen to it that much. It's not my favorite, but it's good so far. I don't know how how many times I'll be playing it, or you know, if it'll stick around on the shelf or not. But this one absolutely will. This is Los Tabanos Experience, Atlantis Mirage, and this one is more in the veins of that Onsegen, more in the lines of this, where it's instrumental, but it's just rip-roaring guitar tones and beats and nasty fuzz, groove and bass. It's just much more what I am finding I like in the post-rock scene, more so than that very soundscapey mellow. And I don't mind that stuff, but this Onsegen, I highly recommend checking these two albums out. They are great. Now, there's not going to be singing or anything on them, but if you like fuzz, if you like heavy, if you like more progressive music, if you like Rush, if you just those are the two out of this whole stack I showed that I'm gonna highlight as the two that I would recommend checking out the most. The Onsegen Ensemble and Los Tabanos Experience. Alright, well that's it. I think that's what I blew through 10 or so right there. But that's what I got for today. So I'll chop this thing up, edit it, get it up as quick as I can. And then next one I make will probably be my used finds and my gems from digging. So I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Super Bowl Sunday, big day. Hope you're having fun. Be safe and keep on spinning.